Hey, shalom, inshallah. This love is always, but give no praise to you, how? Bashem Yahshai, Bashem Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and honors to you, brothers, doing the work of truth, one sincerity. It's a quick one, real quick one. This is on, I had a thought for this for this video, like maybe a week or two ago. But I was doing a video of the argument, and it came up again, and Spirit gave me some presets. Because sometimes, that's how it goes. You'll know on the topic, but you won't have any presets for it. So I'll get into it. Well, it says Proverbs 14:13 says, "Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness." Right. Now this is reason why it popped into mind. We was getting prepared for camp. Bros were together, before we went to the camp spot, and you was busting jokes, and then bro was smiling, laughing, whatever. But then the joke would stop for like a minute, 2 minutes. Everyone was just dead quiet, dead silent. Everyone was just in their, in their thoughts, right? Because we can't, as the scripture just said there, the heart is sorrowful, the mind is sorrowful. Well, we have the worries, the things that we know, these scriptures, right? The hell that this place is, right? Those are things that are on our mind constantly, right? So there it says, even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness, right? Because what else does the scripture say? It says, if you bear with me, it's just an offline mode at the moment. It says 2 Peter 3:11. Right, it says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved." Right, so that's everything. That's one of the things we know. One of the things we know is all of these things in this world, right, are going to be destroyed, man. Right, even these bodies that we have. Well, if we be of the elect, during the period of salvation, or being beamed up into them chariots, right, these bodies are going to be changed. So not even these bodies going to make it into these chariots, right? And that's one of the things that's always difficult, because on one hand, right, use the world, not abusing, we still have to be in this world, but we're not of this world, right? So that's always by default a conflict, right? Satan will be there trying to pull you into the world, right? But then through the Spirit, right, the Lord is like, hey, because what does the scripture say? Not a Lord ain't lost any sheep. Judas Iscariot, that was through the Spirit. That had to happen, right? There ain't no sheep that the Lord will lose, right? It says, okay, because what is it saying? Was it Peter's 5:8, I think, right? Satan goeth about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And what does it also say? What did Yahweh say to Peter? It says, Satan has desired to sift you, right? So Satan will be using all manner of techniques to try sift brothers or whatever. So those are the things, that we battle with. What does the scripture say also in Corinthians? Right, it speaks about how, Ephesians actually. In fact, let me grab that. In fact, let me finish and I'll grab Ephesians, right? It says, "What manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness," right? And that word conversation there, or as behavior, right? How you carry yourself. And because we carry ourselves a certain way, right? And the things that we speak about certain spiritual things, and the Spirit will have it whereby we might not speak about something that is directly spiritual, but it ends up being spiritual just because that's the kind of men that the Lord is setting us up to be, right? So let me grab that in Ephesians real quick. If it will load. Right, it says Ephesians 6:11, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Right, so the real battle that we have, right? We have these spiritual battles that we fight on a day to day, right? And in laughter, right? You know, you'd be laughing, hey, you know, haha, whatever, what have you, right? But then, end of the day, we got these spiritual battles, and that's, you know, these are things that are on our mind constantly, right? Let me get the next one. It's Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and the gift destroyeth the heart. Right now, hey, we have all these things in our mind. Well, we know what Esau's doing in the world, and these are things. These are mental and spiritual oppression. Right? The very fact that we can't do unto an Edomite what we wish. Right? We have Edomites looking down on us. All these heathens in general looking down on us. That's oppression, right? Scripture says Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses, right, and princes walking as servants upon the earth, right? Now these are things of oppression unto us, right? And when you remember these things, when you consider these things, right, it makes the heart heavy, right? It's Ecclesiastes 1:18. It says, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth with knowledge increaseth sorrow. Right? So the more you go in this, you grow in this truth. Right? The more the more hell you go and catch. And you read Sirach, the 2nd chapter. If my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right? You gotta prepare your soul for temptation. Right? Because these things are gonna happen. You are gonna go through things. That's just part and parcel of the job, right? You know why? Because knowledge puffeth up. Right? You start. You learn a few things. You get proud. Then the Lord has to come and knock you down a few pegs, right? To keep you humble. Because the Lord hates pride. It's one of the reasons why the things that are coming to this world are coming in the manner in which they are coming. Right? What does it say in 2 Moses 15? Because of their pride, the cities shall be destroyed. Right? Because these guys are proud, man. Right? You got always up to mention the fashion bags. Right? The fashion bags, we would say what? London, Paris, Milan. All of them places there. Right? Those are proud cities, especially London. London's one of the 3 unclean frogs. Right? So the more you gain knowledge, right? The more sorrowful you become, because the more you understand that everything is shit. You might have children, and children are a blessing, but in this kingdom, it feels like they're a curse. I'm not saying I have any children, right? But you never know. Son might come home one day and tell you, he wants to be a woman. That's just one of the things you got to deal with on this side, man. Right? And all of these things are sorrowful, right? Or thinking, man, shit, they're trying to force my son to have a have a vaccine, this, that, and the other. All these things are stress on their mind. And it's one of the reasons why we seek the kingdom to come. Right? It says Hebrews 13:14. It says, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Right? And that's playing into the point. We seek a kingdom, man. We seek our own kingdom, right? One where we can dwell in righteousness, where we ain't got no heathens over us, where we can do what we want to do, right? Where we can be how we want to be, right? And ultimately in the spirit that is righteous, right? Let's see if there's any more. That's all I got, man. So here we have no continuing city, man. And that's ultimately one of the reasons why scripture, that opener scripture that I had says what it says, man. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful. At the end of the such and such happens or whatever have you, but in this world you then end up in that's a terrible example, but I believe the point's been made now. So hey, as always, hopefully that was edifying. Until we meet again, I'm gonna say shalom.